I found that the more that I wanted the client to say yes, to hire me for that website, to hire me for a digital marketing campaign, the more likely they were to say no. Why is that? They could smell my desperation. They could tell how badly I wanted the sale. I wanted them to say yes because I wanted to close the sale. I wanted to grow my business. I wanted to pay my bills. I wanted to show that my business was growing. And the more that I wanted that, the more the client could pick up on it. And they could sense that what maybe I was saying was maybe more motivated by my desire to bring them on than my desire to help them grow their business. This is something that's known as commission breath. Craig on our team used to work in high-end car sales, and that's exactly what they called it. They would say that when somebody would come onto the lot looking for a car, if that salesperson was giving off commission breath, the likelihood of them closing that car deal was going to be super low, because the amount of trust that you need to make that sale happen is so important. And it could be blown by the fact that they can just pick up on the fact that you want the sale to happen out of your own motivation as opposed to theirs. So the question is, should you just stop wanting clients to close? So what's the answer? Should you just stop wanting a client to say yes and just totally forget about it? Well, kinda. But it's easier said than done. The way that I figured out how to do this was actually to have a sales process that I was following. An orchestrated step-by-step thing that I could just focus in on delivering this the same way each time. So that way I could just let go of anything that would come out the other side. I was able to disconnect my own emotions and needs from the process because I knew that if I just followed this sales process, that the process would close the client. It wasn't me at all responsible for having to close the client. It was the process that was doing that. This allowed me to remove anything that I might be doing to indicate to the client that I desperately needed them to say yes. So here's a way that you can think about it. When you're driving a car, are you thinking about the engine? Are you thinking about the way that the gas is burning inside of that engine, or the way that the axles are attached to the car, or the motion of the wheels? You don't think about any of those things, right? You just hold onto the steering wheel, press the gas and the brake, and move along down the road. And that allows you to get from where you're at today to where you want to go. Much like a good sales process, when you have a process to follow, you could simply walk a client through that journey, and you don't have to think about all of the things that a client might need to hear or how it needs to work in order for them to say yes. If you're thinking about how much you want that client to say yes, that's kind of like thinking about how your car is working as you drive down the road. It's just not necessary. If you want this in your agency, you just need a simple sales process. Now, I'm going to dive into a high-level overview of the sales process that I take clients through, so hopefully you can learn a couple things. So I take clients through what I call a two-step sales process. It's 2 steps because there are 2 different meetings I have. The first meeting is an initial discussion, followed by a playbook meeting, which is where I present the actual proposal. All right, so let's talk about the first part. It's the initial discussion. And the first purpose of this meeting is to ask lots of questions. You want this meeting to be all about the client, asking them who they are, what they do, what they want to do more of, what they want to do less of, what is the goal of their business, and how do you fit in? The thing is that asking questions helps that client clarify what it is they want, but it also demonstrates that you care. Now, the second purpose of this meeting is to listen. Now, prospects love to talk about their business. You want to listen to things that make them excited and understand why they want the things that they want. And the third purpose is to drill deeper. Now, I find this is a category that a lot of people skip. Surface level answers rarely expose the truth behind someone's desires and ambitions. So you want to dive deeper and uncover exactly what it is they're doing and why they want it. All right, so once that initial discussion is over, then we go back, we do some homework, we research the client some more, we review our notes, and we put together a playbook. Now, the playbook is our proposal. In the playbook meeting, we want to do a few different things. Number one is we want to educate the client and show them how the framework is designed to get them more customer activity. Second, we're going to demonstrate and explain how digital marketing services that we offer actually influence that customer activity. And then we'll evaluate them on their business. Like, how is their business doing in each of the areas that we can help them? And finally, number 4, we're going to make a recommendation for what services we think that they should start with. So it's really centered around this pyramid, which we call our local domination roadmap. Now, I'm not going to go into deep detail here because I have another training that I'll link around this video, or check for the link in the description, because I go through specifically what each of these levels are, how the services that a digital agency provides influences them, and actually leads to more customer activity. Helping a client understand specifically how the services that you offer actually impact customer activity and giving them an evaluation of how they're doing is the combination that you need for a client to have that light bulb go off and say, finally, you're the agency that explained why I need a new website, why, last time when I tried Facebook ads, it didn't work. And now I understand why I need to hire you to do this stuff instead. That's what this thing results in. And that's why when you take someone through a very specific process, you don't have this situation where you're feeling like they have to say yes because the process actually does all the work for you. So again, around this video, check for the link. I walk you through specifically all these slides, how it actually works. And I think that's what's going to really give you a better idea of what to do inside of your agency to help a client say yes without feeling like you've absolutely got to make that happen. And you can totally get rid of all that commission breath that you might be giving your client.